Simba got mad. Simba got mad that Stella was eating his piece of cake. Did you see that? Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. Good morning, Stella. How are you today? Stella jumped on the bed this morning to get her pets, and what I realized yesterday is Stella loves to have her ears rubbed. That is like her thing. Like, you know how Boo's thing is getting brushed? Stella's thing is having her ears rubbed. The minute I start rubbing her ears, she just starts purring, gets all happy. And I don't know why it took me so long to realize this, or maybe it's just like a new thing with her, but she loves having her ears rubbed. So I rubbed her ears before, and then she moved over to the corner of the bed, and she's been laying here. And that's a street cleaner, Stella. Do you hear the street cleaner? Right now we have 2 cats on the bed. Simba just joined Stella. And at some point this morning, we even had 3 cats on the bed. Splash jumped on the bed, but he was only on the bed for, I would say, like 30 seconds. He just wanted to see what was going on. Then he jumped off. It's 8:55 a.m. And here's Stella on a scratch and roll. And here's Boo on a scratch and roll. Stella, Boo. So I have Boo on this scratch and roll, and I'm playing with the cat charmer underneath that. Like, he loves that. And then I have Stella on this one, and I'm playing with the cat charmer underneath that. She loves that. So I have this in my left hand, and I have Boo's in my right hand. And Splash and Simba are the audience. Boo had a bunch of sleepers in his eyes this morning, and I have these little eye wipes, and I went to wipe them out of his eyes, and this is what he did to me. Like, he freaked out of nowhere and just like totally scratched me up. Obviously I'm not happy about that, and he was put into his room for a timeout, and yeah, it's just a lot of scratches that I don't need. It seems their names are pen. It's about 11:43 a.m. I've just spent like an hour going through comments on YouTube because there's been so many of them. And Boo's been watching me from the cat tower. He's laying there and just staring. He looks very comfortable. Simba's in Boo's room. I went downstairs before, and Simba was laying in this blue basket. And I wanted to bring him up to Boo's room, but I did not want to disturb him. So I picked him up, basket and all. And I put the basket here by the windows because he loves looking out the windows. And at the time he jumped out of the basket because he wanted to kind of inspect the room. And it looks like he went back into the basket, where he's now sleeping by the windows. So Simba will be in Boo's room all day until later. He was on free roam last night with Splash and Stella. And this morning he was jumping all around, climbing to the top of cat towers, running like a maniac with Splash. They had a good time, but he needs to rest his leg. I did not see him limping this morning, and so that's good, but still, he needs time to rest. From people that I've been talking to, they say if their cats have had like something similar, it could take like a month to go away, and that's assuming it is a soft tissue injury like the vet says it is. I mean, there's a chance that it could be something really weird and really rare, but you know, odds are that it is just soft tissue, like a pulled muscle or a ligament or something, and that could take a while to heal. So Simba's just going to be kind of isolated for parts of the day so he can rest it more. It is 91 degrees in the greenhouse today, so I just unzipped the door on it, and here's the catnip. It came back, and it was looking pretty horrible yesterday, but it seemed that it just needed water, and after I give it some water, it's looking really good. So I need to plant that. I need to plant a bunch of this stuff today, but I need to go buy dirt. The lilacs are blooming right now. They smell so good. Stella and Splash are lounging in the cat beds downstairs. They love these cat beds. Last night I went to Petco and bought 60 pounds of cat litter. This is the Dr. Elsie's cat litter that the cats like, and this should be enough for 3 of the litter boxes, and it usually lasts about a month. So thank you to everyone who sent in gift cards for Petco. I used them to purchase this litter. This is the cherry tree that has the pink blossoms. It's in bloom right now, or it's almost in full bloom right now. It's about 2 p.m. and I just got back from the store where I buy the raw food for the cats. And I was really happy because I got the last 2 bags that they had of the Primal Raw Rabbit Nuggets for cats. And I told the woman working there that the cats absolutely love these. It's their favorite. So hopefully she got the hint and she knows to keep these in stock. And then they had these 2 bags of the Nature's Variety Instant Raw Bites. These are the small bags, the 1.25 pound bags. And when I asked her if she had the larger 3 pound bags that are like more like this size, she said that someone else had asked her to special order the larger bags and that they don't come in larger bags. So I told her that yes, they indeed do come in 3 pound bags because I purchased the 3 pound bags in other stores. So at least now she's aware of the fact that they do come in larger bags. And I've even purchased a larger bag in the store where I just bought these. So I don't know. It's a new store. Maybe she's a new employee. I know she's at least been working there since the store opened, which would be several months ago. But that's why I don't trust a lot of people that work at retail, because I don't know, maybe back in the day people used to actually educate themselves on like what they're doing so they could do a better job at their job. I feel like now people like don't bother and they're like, oh, it's just my job, I don't care. Anyway, all this raw food cost me about $95, so I want to give a big thank you to everyone who donated and super chatted, because it all went to pay for this food. And so, for example, one of these Primal bags has 48 nuggets in it. And the cats go through 2 nuggets per meal. So that would be 8 nuggets for breakfast and another 8 nuggets for dinner. So that's 16 nuggets a day. So one of these bags lasts 3 days. So we have 3 days, 3 days, and maybe another, let's say 2 days. So this is only like a week's worth of food for the cats, maybe slightly more than a week's worth of food for the cats. So thank you guys so much. I just gave Boo some crunchies in my room. And Simba's in Boo's room, so I put some crunchies through the gate like I normally do. And Simba did not even get up for crunchies. Like, I didn't even know where he was because I couldn't see him in the room. And it ends up he was like sleeping in the corner, because I guess that's like the coolest spot in the room. And he slept right through crunchy noises. So I guess he was getting some really good sleep, but he eventually woke up because I was walking around the room. And that would explain why yesterday in the live stream, Boo was sleeping on the cat tower in the afternoon and he did not hear the crunchy robot go off, because I guess when they're sleeping too deeply, they don't hear the crunchies. So right now it's about 7:20 p.m. and it's raining. And I just gave Hydrox some food. It's like the leftover raw food from the cats. It's on that platter, and it's mostly under the table. Hydrox is camped out next to the house right now. There's like a little narrow band that stays wet. He's not under the house. He should be under the house in his apartment because that stays dry. But I just saw him near the house, and that's where he's hanging out. I mean, this should be a passing shower. It should not last very long. But he does have some food, and I don't mind. And I don't mind if that platter gets a little wet because it's pretty dry. So right now, if that gets wet, I think that'll be fine. It's almost 10 p.m. and I've been playing with a laser pointer with the cats, but they know where it's coming from, and I don't like them like looking at it. Simba was running all around the rug, and I don't want him running around either. I'm just about to give the boys their birthday presents from Zoa. She made these little pieces of birthday cake. The one with the bugs is for Simba. The one with the donuts is for Splash. And yeah, I'm gonna give them their cake and let's see what happens. Stella has decided she's gonna eat Simba's piece of cake. Uh-oh, Stella wants both pieces of cake. Hey! What are you doing? Simba got mad. Simba got mad that Stella was eating his piece of cake. Did you see that? Did you see that? Now Stella's saying, how dare you attack me? I'm your mother. Poor Simba. Stella wants both pieces of cake. Okay, so I gave Stella the wobbler with some crunchies in it and some dried catnip in it. Simba has his piece of cake. So there's Splash with his birthday cake. There's Simba with his birthday cake. And Stella has some crunchies and catnip in the wobbler. 8:15 a.m. Good morning, Boo. I have the brush and I want to brush him. Come on, Boo. Over here. Okay, I gotta switch hands. Boo loves being brushed, right, Boo? You love it? Hello, Boo. Hello, Boo. Good morning, Stella. Stella, Splash, and Simba were downstairs overnight. So here's Stella, and here's Boo, and here's Simba. I just gave the cats some oat grass to eat. So they're gonna munch on that while I make myself something to eat. And Boo's in his room. He already has his breakfast. And yeah, I need to get on with my morning. I'm definitely running a little bit late today. Simba has been jumping gates this morning and running around the house, and I have not seen him limping, which is good. Okay, the downstairs cats left some kind of a treat near their water bowls. Don't step in it, Simba. Man, it looks like duty, but it could be like a hairball thing. It's really gross. So Simba got brushed this morning. Stella got brushed this morning. And I brushed Splash for like 2 seconds. Look at this. Now Simba wants to eat the brush. He's purring away. I already like filled that up and cleaned it off already, so this is like from the second round. Simba, do you want to eat breakfast? Simba, let's eat breakfast. Come on. Don't. Simba loves the brush. Almost as much as Boo. Okay, time to eat. Time for breakfast. Hello, Stelly. Stella tolerates it. And then she doesn't. Then she says, I've had enough. It's 10 a.m. right now, and I just gave Boo the second half of his breakfast. This is the new thing he does. Instead of eating it on the plate, he like pulls it off the plate and eats it. Right now, there are no gates in his door. I just heard Simba jump off the cat tower in the other room. Hopefully he won't come in here and try to steal Boo's breakfast. Stella's hanging out with the shamrock. Maybe she was playing with it. Okay, so right now all the cats are like on free roam together. Boo just came out of his room, but Stella's here and she's not looking too happy right now. I mean, look at her ears. And then she's like swishing that tail around. So, yeah, I am going to put Boo back in his room because I need to finish getting dressed and I can't sit here and watch the cats. And I don't trust Stella. Actually, you know what? Maybe I could put Stella in Boo's room. Right now, Simba's in my room. I could probably put Stella in Boo's room. And let's see what happens with that. Let's see if I could pick Stella up and put her in Boo's room. She has to cooperate, though. She might run. Okay, so that was easy. I just picked her up and I put her in Boo's room. Like, she did meow at me a few times, and then when I put her down in Boo's room, she hissed at me. But right now, I think she's under the daybed. So we'll see what happens. She'll hang out in Boo's room for a little while. Simba was on top of the cat tower in my room. And now he's here saying hello to Boo. Come on, Boo. Uh-oh. I don't know if Simba's leg is still completely healed. I don't know what Boo's gonna, do. Okay, Boo, come on. Okay, so Boo's been hanging out on the bed while I'm getting dressed, and the door to the room has been open, and Simba was just lounging around in the hallway, kind of in front of Boo's room, which Stella is in. And then all of a sudden Boo got off the bed and he like ran into the hallway and he spooked Simba, and Simba just like took off down the hall and like around the corner. And because Simba's still healing a limping leg, I don't want that happening. So yeah, so right now Boo's back in my room, and I'm just gonna keep him in here a little while. I just want to keep him and Simba separate for a short while longer until I feel like Simba's leg is healing more. Now, I have not seen Simba limping in days now. That does not mean he's not limping at all. I have not had a chance to check all of the security camera footage because it takes a really long time to check all of it because it's motion activated. Anytime there's motion, it records video. So, yeah, I don't know if he's 100% back, if he's 100% not limping. He could still be limping sometimes. It's just that I have not seen him limping. I feel like he's doing better, but I don't want him to, make anything worse by, freaking out because, Boo jumps or anything. Okay, right now we have musical cats going on. We have Stella in Boo's room. We have Simba in my room. We have Boo on free roam, and Splash is on free roam. The two of them are both in the living room together, and I am going to sit here and edit today's video. And they are both going to behave. It's about 1:30 p.m. Boo's been relaxing on his bed. Hello, Boo. Let's say hello to Simba. Hello, Simba. How are you? Simba's been sleeping on the cat tower. I've been in here a few times and he's been zonked out. But I wanted to bring the camera in this time. I hope he doesn't fall off the top of that. See how he's like hanging? He's like all hanging off. Hello, Simba. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. How you doing, Simba? Simba is Simba-rific. Are you Simba-rific? This is his limping leg. Such a fluffy boy, Simba. He's so soft and fluffy. Okay, I'll see you later, Simba. Oh my god, you guys just missed it. So I go to walk out of the room and then I hear like this big whoosh and like a squish, and Simba jumped from the top of the cat tower across the room onto the bed. Simba's turning into a flying feral. A flying former feral. The flying former feral. Simba could be in the circus. He could be like a circus cat, right? You should have been wearing your cape, Simba. It would have been perfect for your cape. It is 10:50 p.m. and I'm here in the living room with Stella. And I'm just about to play with her for a little while before I go to bed, because it has been a very long day and I'm really tired. I'm also listening to a lot of wind outside. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how much wind I'm hearing. You see, Stella? This is one of her favorite games. It's called Put Something Under the Scratch-and-Roll. Splash and Simba are downstairs eating crunchies. Maybe Stella wants a feather. Stella, you want a feather? Stella's pink feather. Okay, let's put it back. Simba just came upstairs to see what's going on. Stella wanted some girl time. I have Boo's black feather here. The reason why Boo is in his room is because I'm just about to go to bed. Because I'm exhausted. I've had a really long day. And I don't need to be chasing cats all night. And I do need to be getting a good night's sleep. Splash is watching from a few feet away. I think he wants to play. Come on, Splash, you gonna play? So this morning, after Stella jumped on the bed to get her pets, I told her that she could have this room. Boo has his room, so Stella could have this room. I said, go drink some water and then jump on the cat tower. And that's what she did. She went over to the water and drank it, and then she jumped to the top of this cat tower, and she was laying up there for the past hour or 2 hours. And she was looking out the window. She was so happy. And the minute I take the camera out and point it at her to film something, she had to jump down. Simba has decided he needs to be on the top of the cat tower. So I am refilling all of the water bowls upstairs right now, and I just refilled the water bowl in Boo's room and wiped down the little tray. And Simba has decided he wants to hang out in here, and Boo is smelling his tail, and Simba just whacked at Boo. Poor Boo. It's time for breakfast. All 3 cats come downstairs when I walk downstairs. Here's their breakfast, and I wonder if Boo's gonna come downstairs. I have the door open. Cats are eating their breakfast. They're getting Primal Raw Rabbit Nuggets, Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Chicken Bites, some wheatgrass powder, water, and the door is open. Boo has not come downstairs. I think he was probably in the cat tower in the window. I'm going to go upstairs and feed him now. There's Boo. He was watching from the landing. That's Boo's breakfast so far. He gets one of the rabbit nuggets. He does not like the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Bites as much, and he hasn't been eating them, so he's getting these rabbit nuggets, and I put 2 of the Bench and Field treats on there. He has some herbs, some herbal tinctures, and he has some water, and he's eating in my room today. And Boo's pretty good like that. He'll eat wherever you put his food. He'll eat in the kitchen, he'll eat in my room, he'll eat wherever. It's the other cats that tend to only like to eat downstairs. It's about 9:45 a.m. There's Hydrox. He's saying hello. Hello, Hydrox. I'm just about to go run some errands this morning before the traffic gets crazy. And I came out the door and I saw Hydrox here. So I just gave him half a can of wet food. He has dry food in the feeder. There's a whole big tub of water. How you doing, Hydrox? You okay? You talking to me? You saying hello? You're saying hello to your friends, Hydrox? Do you have a message for them today? Do you have a message for everybody today? I'm really close to him right now. I would say I'm 4 feet away from him. And I am zoomed in. Hello, Hydrox. Would you like some food? How you doing? You're okay? Look at Hydrox's thumb. See his thumb? Hello, Hydrox. Look, for everyone who was worried about his eyebrow, it looks like it's grown back fine. I'm like really close to him, like zoomed in. We could probably even look in his ears. Oh no, I'm as zoomed in as I could go. This camera does not zoom in good, but it does well in low light. Okay, Hydrox. I'll see you later. You hang out here. Oh, but you know what we could look at? Okay, so that's his ear that was scraped up. But look, that's coming along nicely. Also, his hair is growing back in his ear. Good boy, Hydrox. I just came inside to get a bottle of water before I leave, and I saw my first indoor ant of the year. There was a little ant on this door, and I just killed it because I don't like ants. And every year they find a way to come into this house, and every year I have to fight them. Last year it was the window above my kitchen sink. The year before that it was in the basement, in the storage room in the back of the basement. Before that it was in the bathroom, and before that it was just patio area and outside area. So because I feel like I'm seeing the ants early this year, because I'm making these videos, hopefully I'll be able to stop them from coming in the house. That's what I'm hoping. It's like 1:45 p.m. right now, and Stella was in my room while I was out. Boo was on free roam. Splash and Simba were downstairs. So I just let Stella out, and she was fine in the room. I think she was really happy there. And I gave her some crunchies here with Boo, but she turned her nose up at them. I mean, she literally turned her nose up and then like stormed off. Like, how dare you feed me crunchies with Boo? So Simba came up to eat some crunchies. And Boo's eating crunchies, and I just saw Hydrox walk across the patio. There's Hydrox. He just ate some food. I'm really happy with this new patio table, which will not break if it's flipped over. And then today at Michael's, they had these outdoor rugs, and they were only $15. Everywhere that I've seen them this year, they've been like $60 or $70. They've been a little bit bigger than this one also, though. This is a 4x6, but I still think that's a good deal because it was like a half price sale. They're normally like $30, and I got it for $15. And they're outdoor carpets because they're like made out of recycled plastic bottles and stuff. But they're good because they don't get all like gross and corroded from being outside. And they're supposed to not mildew. So I have this one here like in front of the greenhouse. I'm thinking about going back and getting another one to put in the greenhouse. But because I figure you can just hose them off and that really cleans them good. And I think that's why I like them for outside. I think that's why people like them for outside, because you can just hose them down. And I think it would be nice to have one in the greenhouse, plus it matches its green. Boo and Simba are hanging out by the door. So far it's been peaceful. Boo's laying down. They're getting some sun. I thought I pressed record, but I had not pressed record. And what I was talking about was that Boo and Simba are hanging out here together in the sun. But what Boo did was, you just missed it. He put his paw out, like he was going to touch Simba. Maybe he wanted to play. And then Simba hissed at him and got mad. And you could see Simba's ears. But right now, it's peaceful so far. other than a hiss. Right now it's about 2 o'clock and the cats sat together here for about 15 minutes. Then Boo got up and decided he wanted to move. Then Simba decided he needed to follow Boo. I'm sitting on this sofa editing today's video, and Stella has decided that she needs to come and help me. Simba was laying on the rug. He was like all stretched out, and Boo walked in the room and Boo was like looking at him. Boo was like smelling him, and then Simba backed away and kind of got on the defensive. And I went and I petted both of them just to feel how much tension was in the air over there between them. And as soon as I pet them, like, Simba relaxed and Boo was still a little bit tense. But right now it's been an hour. It's been an hour since they've all been hanging out together, and so far so good. Okay, you guys missed it. Maybe I could find it on the security camera. So Simba was laying down here and Boo decided he needed to go over to where Simba was laying and like basically stand on top of him. And it looked like he was going to like bite him, like move his head down to bite him. But I was just like, hey, what are you doing? And then Simba ran away. It could be that Boo wanted to play, but you know, Simba's hissing at him today and on the defensive, and Simba's still trying to heal his leg, so I'm just watching their interactions. And there's Simba right now. Okay, Simba. Simba's growling at Boo. I was playing with the cat charmer with Boo over here, and Boo decides he wants to go bug Simba. Simba's not happy. Come here, Boo. Come here, leave him alone. Come here, Boo. Come here, Boo. Good boy. Good boy, Boo. Stella's watching the whole thing from the couch. Stella is so funny. So she was playing with the cat charmer here, and then she kind of got like caught up in it, and then she walked away. And as she's walking over to the scratch and roll, she's like looking at Boo like, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Right now, Boo's getting ready to jump on Simba. Simba's in the cat tower, and Boo has decided he needs to bug Simba. There's Boo. And there's Simba. Boo, are you gonna be a good boy, right? You're a good boy, Boo. You're a very good boy. So Simba was just sitting there, and Boo decides he needs to approach Simba. It could be that Boo wanted to play, but Simba was not happy about it. Because Boo can be very aggressive. Boo can be much more aggressive than any of the other cats. Like, Boo can really do damage. Like, he scratches harder than the other cats, and he will kind of like attempt to bite harder than any of the other cats. And you know, that's one of the concerns I have about him. Even though Stella can get annoyed at times and kind of like swat at me or whatever, she never does it as viciously as Boo can do it. Like, Boo really goes into attack mode sometimes, and that is the concern with Boo and the other cats. Boo was sitting very nicely on this scratch and roll, and Stella's been sitting on this scratch and roll, but then Boo decided that he needs to approach Stella on her scratch and roll, and so that's what he did. And then she got mad at him, and she like growled at him, and then he backed off. And he went into his room, and Simba is just kind of like hanging out in the doorway to Boo's room. Simba's nosy, wants to see what's going on. Okay, you guys just missed that. So Boo was sleeping on the cat tower. Stella decided she needed to go right here and scratch on the cat tower while Boo was sleeping on it. Then, after she scratched on it, she needed to smack him on the head and growl. Hydrox was hanging out in the bushes, so I just gave him some food. Gave him half of a can of the Trader Joe's food. I was talking to him for a little while. He's doing good. He looks really good. I mean, his fur's looking great. For a feral cat, I think Hydrox has a very good life. Okay, so here's what's going on today. I just fed the cats downstairs. They're eating on their platter, but I took one of their rabbit nuggets and I gave it to Boo. So here are the cats eating their dinner. And here's Boo. I don't want Boo to eat, but Splash needs to leave him alone. Okay, Boo, eat your food. Eat your food, Boo. I just moved it up a step. Hopefully he'll eat it. If I could get him to eat that on the step while the other cats are eating, maybe 5 or 6 feet away from him, that would be good. So here's Boo eating his food. Now Boo's easy because Boo eats anywhere. And here are the cats. This is progress. I mean, Boo did not come all the way down the steps yet, but, you know, it's progress, right? Here are the cats. There's Boo. He doesn't look too comfortable eating on the step, but Boo eats fast. We all know that. Boo decided he needed to move up a few steps because Stella was giving him dirty looks. So I just moved his plate up to where he is. Stella's sitting here near their plate. Splash is not done eating. So Boo almost finished his entire nugget on the steps. I had to move it over a few times, and I had to give him a few of these bench and field treats on it to entice him to continue eating. But, you know, it's good considering Simba decided that he needs to be on the steps while Boo's eating, and this is making Boo uncomfortable. And Stella has been staring at him, and Splash has been watching him also, so he's had a lot of eyes on him. It's 10 p.m. I'm downstairs with Stella. I'm waiting for Splash and Simba. I don't know where they are, but oh, Splash is down here. Okay. Waiting for Simba. I'm about to give them some crunchies. And I want them to stay down here tonight because I'd like to get some good sleep. And it's Boo's turn. It's going to be in free roam. Now, the cats spent more time together today than ever. I mean, there were several hours this afternoon where Boo was sleeping in the living room and Stella was sleeping in the living room. Simba was sleeping in my room, and I don't know where Splash was, but they were pretty much all on free roam together, I would say for like 5 hours today, or maybe even a little bit more. And there were squabbles. Stella tried to beat up Boo for no reason when he was sleeping peacefully in the cat tower. Boo tried to jump on Simba a few times, I think because Boo wanted to play, but Simba was laying peacefully on the rug upstairs. And yeah, they need to work through their issues. And Stella has been basically following me around all day and wanting to be wherever I am. Right, Stella? Stella spent all morning in my room while I was out running errands. And then when I came home, you know, if I'm in the living room, she wants to be in the living room. If I'm in the kitchen, she wants to be in the kitchen. If I'm down here, she wants to be down here. Right, Stella? Because you're my girl? Right, Stella? You're my girl, so you want to be with me, right? We're best buddies. You and me, we're BFFs, right, Stella? We're BFFs, right, Stella? That's right. And here's Simba. He heard the crunchies. And then I heard him jump off the cat tower and run all the way around the house and down here. So this is what's going on with this container of oat grass. And I just noticed that the cats are doing a really good job of keeping this oat grass mode short, because I guess because it's a smaller container, they're doing a good job of just like eating it all, whereas when they have that, you know, big bed of wheatgrass, they can just munch a little bit. So this is a really good size for them. Good morning, Simba. Simba and Stella was right there, and the two of them look really cute. So I said, let me turn the camera on and say good morning to them. But they decided they wanted to jump the gate. Good morning, Stella. Boo's in the kitchen. Good morning, Boo. Good morning, Simba. We're gonna be nice boys today, right? So my plan is to feed Boo downstairs with the other cats. Uh-oh, Simba's limping again? He's limping. I want to see what his limp looks like. I wanted to give Simba his herbs. He gets them on like 2 little treats, and both Boo and Stella wanted treats at the same time, so I gave them a few. Stella, be nice, girl. I'm putting the breakfast together for the cats, and Boo came all the way downstairs. He's being very cautious, and I want to keep an eye on him while I'm putting the food together, but it's impossible to do. Okay, maybe he'll walk around. Stella's right near me right now, so Stella's not going to attack Boo. And I think because this is all like a strange place for him, he's not going to jump on the other cats. Simba's here. Stella's here. Boo's kind of smelling around. Okay, so this time it was Splash. You guys missed it. So Boo was down here. He was doing really good. And then Splash got freaked out and started like swatting at Boo. And then Stella moved in, and it looked like Stella was gonna, you know, join in. And then I was like, hey, stop that. And then Boo ran up the stairs, and Simba followed him, but then Simba came back down. And yeah, so it's Stella and Splash, but they'll learn. There's your food. Okay, I just gave Boo his food on the bottom step. Now they're all hungry because it's breakfast time. Eat your food, Boo. Eat your food. Go ahead. Stella's watching Boo, and then she just went back to eating. So today Boo's on the bottom step, and he's eating near the cats. Here's Boo. Here's Simba and Stella. Here's Boo. And there's Splash. So what is interesting is that they're eating the primal raw rabbit nuggets before the Nature's Variety instinct bites. And also I've noticed that since they're now eating the full nuggets versus me squashing the nuggets, it does slow them down. You know, Boo's still working on his nugget because he eats slower when I give it to him whole versus squashed. Splash is still keeping guard. Simba has finished his food and he's gonna try to jump Boo, like, Boo, come here. And by doing that, he scared everyone, which I knew he would do. Look at this. Come here, Boo. Boo got spooked. He ran up the stairs, so I just moved his food to the top here. I came across one of these little play tents yesterday, and today I thought, let me put that whirly toy inside of it, because Boo used to love to play with that inside of this tent when Boo was outside, and he hasn't played with that in a while. And Simba has decided that he wants to attack it instead. But look how big Simba is. Like, Simba is so big compared to this play tent. And when I got this play tent, Simba was a little tiny kitten and he used to fit inside of it. He used to go into that little hole and hang out in the tent. But now he's way too big for it. Now Stella's playing with it. She decided she needed to attack it. I put Boo on the cat tower. Simba's been laying in the linen. Hello, Simba. He's purring. Hello, Simba. It's about 4:30 p.m. right now. All the cats are taking their afternoon naps except for Stella. She's been looking out the back door because I've been sitting at the kitchen table and getting some work done. I have like a huge list of things I need to do today. And I figured I'd do it now while the cats are sleeping. Boo's been sleeping in his room. And of course, when I walked in and put the camera on, he had to get up. Okay, Boo, go back to taking your nap. You going to take a nap on your arch? Boo loves his arches. Your Boo? He loves them. Right now, I think there's like an arch in every room. Right, Boo? There's an arch in this room. There's an arch in my room. There's an arch downstairs. I think there's an arch in the living room. Okay, Boo, I'll let you go back to sleep. Okay, it's 6:35 right now, and I just happened to get up and walk past Stella, and she was there in the corner by the door. She was looking out the door, and Hydrox was right on the other side. Like, Hydrox was like right up next to the glass. There he is. There's Hydrox. Hello, Hydrox. Hydrox was talking to Stella through the glass. Okay, Hydrox, want some food? Hello, Hydrox. How you doing, Hydrox? Right now I'm standing about 10 feet away from him. I'm just about to give him some food. I'm gonna give him half a can of Trader Joe's food. So Hydrox has been meowing at me. I was sitting maybe like 2 feet away from his plate. Right now I'm only like 3 or 4 feet away from this plate, but I was sitting really close to the plate and I just wanted to see, you know, if he would come eat. and he was meowing at me, and now he's eating. And I'm still pretty close to him for him to be eating. But one of the best times to make progress with feral cats is when they're hungry. Like right before they're going to eat. Now, I did refill the automatic feeder today with dry food, and I thought I heard it go off just a little while ago. So I don't know if all the food's been eaten or if it misfired, but I don't want to take it apart now because it'll definitely scare Hydrox away. But it is full of dry food. And he definitely looks like he's enjoying this food. The other thing that I did yesterday was I cleaned out the water station, which was cleaned out like a week ago, but I refilled it with new water and everything. So he has a huge tub of fresh water in the water station. Hydrox is a really big cat. I mean, I don't know what you guys could tell from the video, but he's big. I think he's bigger than Boo. I think he's bigger than all the inside cats. Meanwhile, Simba has been limping a little bit. I feel like he's not limping as bad as he was limping before. I don't think the frequency has changed much, although I have not seen him limping over the past few days. But now I feel like when he's limping, he's not limping as bad as he used to limp. Like, he'll still kind of walk on it, where before he would just go and sit down immediately. So, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I tried putting Boo's plate on the floor, but he would not eat it on the floor because Splash was staring at him. But he's eating on the bottom step. The other cats are eating their food, and Boo's eating his food on the bottom step, so we're getting there. Slowly. Progress. Let's just see what happens when Simba finishes his food. Is he going to try to jump over Boo again, like he did this morning? Okay, so the cats were eating, and then Stella stopped eating, and she was kind of like looking at Boo. So I started petting her, and Splash was right there, and he gave off like the most evil hiss. You would never imagine Splash giving off such an evil hiss, but he totally hissed at me. And then, thankfully, none of the other cats freaked out or anything, because I was putting out the okay, stay calm, don't run around vibe. Okay, Boo almost finished his food. He left about this much food, and then I moved him up a few steps because he wanted to move up a few steps because the other cats finished eating. And now he's on the top of the landing, and Simba just like ran right past him. So because Boo did so good with his nugget and eating most of it downstairs, I put the rest of it in his room and I sprinkled a few crunchies on it. And as soon as he heard me do this, he came running in from the kitchen. But Simba came running in from the kitchen also, so I gave Simba a few crunchies. Come on, Simba. So now, I guess since Simba's been spending time in this room to heal his leg, every time I'm in here with Boo, Simba thinks, you know, it's for him to run in also. Okay, so Simba was laying here and Boo was laying a few feet away. Then Boo decided he wanted to come over and lay on the scratch and roll. And, yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but Simba's on high alert right now. And, it looked like Boo was wanting to play before, like maybe jump on Simba and stuff. But I don't know, I'm really debating of putting Simba in my room right now because I need to get a few things done and I can't get things done and leaving two cats in like a situation like this where, you know, I'm going to go downstairs and they're going to get in a big fight. So Stella's like a few feet behind me right now. I have no problem leaving Stella here with Boo because Stella hasn't been limping, but Simba has been limping, so I think I'm going to scoop Simba up and put him in my room for a little while, or put him in Boo's room for a little while. Okay guys, so I'm petting Simba right now because I'm checking him for wounds, because the saddest thing just happened. So Simba was in Boo's room, and Simba came out of Boo's room, Boo went into Boo's room, and you know, the two of them have been getting along. And Simba really, really likes Boo. Like, Simba's at the point where he's rubbing up against Boo like he would rub up against Stella or Splash. Like, you know, like when a cat rubs up against you because a cat likes you. So that's what Simba has been doing to Boo. Like, he's tried it in Boo's room. He tried rubbing up against Boo like, you know, like a cat would rub up against your leg. And it didn't really work because Boo was like near his arches. But then both of them were in the hallway. So Boo was in the hallway and Simba was in the hallway. And the two of them, they like smelled each other's noses. So they like said hello to each other. And then Simba went and, you know, rubbed up against Boo, like against the side of Boo's face or whatever. And Boo just totally attacked him. Boo just like let him have it. And thankfully I was there to break it up right away. But Simba got really scared and really freaked out and very upset over it. So that's why I'm checking Simba out. And yeah, I mean, Boo just turns like on a dime. He like, one minute he's fine, the next minute he just attacks. And he's been spending more time downstairs, so now he's been just like freely going downstairs on his own. He hasn't been wandering around much or exploring much, but this is like the second time today where he's just gone down there on his own. I don't know if he's looking for food or what. He might be looking for crunchies or something. In which case, then I won't be able to give the other cats crunchies as much, because right now the other cats have crunchies in their activity board, they have some crunchies in their crunchy tree, because they don't go crazy eating them. They could actually leave food around, and Boo can't do that. So, you know, that's another variable. Like, why should the other cats have to be punished because Boo has no crunchy control? So, yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. But right now I'm really not happy that Boo attacks Simba like that. It's 10:30 p.m. I'm cleaning up the kitchen and I heard some noise in the hallway. Check this out. Simba's laying by Boo's door. Boo's been in there since he beat up Simba a few hours ago. And look at Simba. Simba's right back by Boo's door. He's not holding a grudge or anything. "8:23 a.m. Splash is in the cat tower. He jumped on the bed this morning. Stella was on the bed this morning, but she always jumps on the bed this morning to say hello. And then Stella jumped in the cat tower in my room, and Splash jumped on the bed. And when I said good morning to Splash and tried to pet him, he did not jump off the bed. He actually stayed on the bed for a little while. He didn't let me pet him, but he stayed on the bed. And that's huge for Splash. Big progress for Splash. And there's Simba. Simba's taking his morning bath. Good morning, Simba. Stella has decided she wants to lay down on the play rug after rubbing all up against my legs while I was filming Simba and Splash. Good morning, Stella. And here's Boo. Boo was in his room last night because yesterday he beat up Simba for no reason. Simba loves Boo, and Simba was rubbing up against Boo because Simba loves Boo so much. And then out of nowhere, Boo decided to beat up Simba. So Boo still cannot be trusted with the other cats without supervision. I'm trying to get dressed, and Simba wants me to give him attention. He's actually telling me he wants to eat breakfast. You hungry, Simba? Simba, you hungry? You want breakfast? The cats are eating their food, and while I was preparing the food, Boo was hanging out on the steps, and right now Boo is eating his food on the bottom step. He will not eat his food below the bottom step right now. He does not feel comfortable on the same level with the cats, but that's fine. He's eating on the bottom step. The cats are eating their food, and Splash is on patrol. He's making sure everyone behaves, right, Splash? So we have this triangle of cats going on right now. And I am stuck standing here while they eat because they need to be supervised. But at least they're all kind of eating together. So Simba just ran past Boo up the steps, but he only went halfway up the steps and then he stopped, and then he started limping. And so right now he's just sitting down. Simba likes to eat and run. He likes to gobble his breakfast and then run upstairs and get like first dibs at the cat towers. But today I guess he just wants to sit there and watch Boo because he did start limping halfway up. But I mean, I do have to say, when he's limping, he's not limping as bad as he used to be limping. Now, I don't know if that's because he's getting used to it or it's actually getting better, because he has not been on a whole lot of rest lately. I have to say that. So maybe today I'll isolate him to give him more rest on that leg. See, he's limping up. I mean, he is putting pressure on it and stuff, but he's limping up. So Boo just walked upstairs because he heard something, and Stella just walked upstairs because she heard something going on up here, and Boo followed her up. And Boo walked into the living room, and Simba was laying on the rug, but as soon as he saw Boo, he went straight to the cat tower, and he said, "This is my cat tower." And that's exactly what I was saying downstairs, is that Simba, he gobbles his food, and then he runs upstairs, and he claims this cat tower. He always does that. It is 10:10 a.m. and Simba is in the cat tower. Stella is in the cat tower. Splash is on top of the sofa. And Boo's been hanging out with me in my room. Right now he's in the hall. He's waiting for the second half of his breakfast, which he will get in a little while. He doesn't get them to closely spaced together. Okay, so I just put Simba in my room. He is staying in my room today because he needs to rest his leg. Okay, here we are again. Boo is eating on the bottom step. Stella, Splash, and Simba are eating where they normally eat. And today there was no growling, no fighting, no smacking. So far. So when I was preparing the food in the other room, Boo came all the way down the stairs, and then like the three of these were kind of like, they were almost kind of like ganging up on him a little bit. They were just like looking at him like, where do you think you're going, buddy? And then Boo went back up a few steps. But I just think it's a situation where they just need to get used to each other more. So I'm just going to stand here until they're done, and we'll see what happens. I bet the same thing is going to happen that's been happening so far. So my prediction is that Simba finishes early because he gobbles down his food, and then he's going to try to run up the steps behind Boo. Hopefully he won't spook Boo out because he's done it a few times now, and Boo should be used to it. And then we'll see what Splash and Stella do. Splash just dragged an entire rabbit nugget off of the platter and onto that little placemat rug. I mean, why can't he just eat it on the platter? Oh, maybe because Stella's kind of like infringing on his space. Boo licks up the water. I always put additional water on Boo's plate. Like, I don't just give him the rabbit nugget. I give him water with it, maybe like an 1/8 cup of water, a few tablespoons of water. And he does lick up all the water, and that's why it takes him a while to eat the food, because of the water. I also put water on their plate, and I know Stella drank some of it. About the other two, I don't know so much. But since Boo has been eating his meals down here, Splash is like being a lot braver. Right now he's really close to Boo, and he better not bother Boo. Splash, you better not... Oh, look at that. He jumped over Boo. Okay, so Simba just totally ran up the stairs, leaping over Boo, and Boo didn't even flinch. I think Simba just skipped the first 5 steps entirely and just like flew up the first half of the steps and then ran up the second half of the steps. So right now, I'm down here petting Stella to, keep her from focusing on Boo. You guys just missed it. It was so funny. It's about 10 p.m. right now. And I have Boo, I'm trying to bring him downstairs to play. And he's sitting here on the steps. Simba's a few steps above him. Splash was a few steps below him. And Stella decides that she's going to walk down the steps behind him. So she walks down the steps until she gets to the step that Boo's on. Then she stops and hisses at him. And then she keeps going. It was so funny. Now she's in her truck. And here's Boo. Hello, Boo. I took out the bird on a fishing pole toy, and it's been going good. Boo likes it. Boo's gonna tear it apart. Stella was playing with it, but now she's just kind of glaring at Boo. Maybe this will jog some memories of when they used to be outside hunting together. Boo, what are you going to do? Look what Boo did to the top of this tip and treat. He pulled off every last feather. Like, there are no remaining feathers on this thing at all. It is 7:12 a.m. Boo slept on the bed all night. And last night, before I went to bed, I gave him 2 drops of valerian tincture just to see if, that would relax him last night, because I wanted to trim his nails last night, but that didn't work. I had no luck. He just squirmed and got away. And then I gave myself 2 drops of valerian tincture before I went to bed. I only did 2 drops because I've had some adverse side effects from it in the past. Like, it gave me like the worst nightmares of my life. But I had an amazing night's sleep. Like, I slept really good, and I actually got up early this morning. I've been up for about a half hour now, and I feel totally rested, which is good for me. And Boo's still been laying around on the bed, relaxed. And I am just totally in shock right now because I was able to trim the nails on both of his front paws, all of the nails, no problem. He didn't move, he didn't fight me, nothing. And wow, that's like amazing. Amazing. And he got a whole bunch of pets this morning. So maybe the valerian works, it just takes a while to get into his system. Right now it's 7:14 and we went to bed about midnight. We probably got the valerian around 11:30. So maybe like 7 or 8 hours ago. It's about 7 p.m. and I'm about to feed the cats their dinner downstairs. Boo came all the way downstairs on his own and he found the crunchy tree and it's full of crunchies. So yep, he's gonna eat those crunchies. But I'm gonna give him dinner and hopefully he won't puke from too much food. I just gave him his plate of raw food and he is eating it. He's on the ground and he's eating it. And there's Simba. Simba's looking at him. And there's Stella. Stella's looking at him. And there's Splash. Splash is looking at him. They're all waiting to eat. And Boo's eating. Here is the food for the rest of the cats. And I'm gonna put it down there. Boo, eat your food. Okay, everybody, be nice to each other. Boo, eat your food. Yours is on the plate, okay? Did he finish it, or is he... Boo, did you finish your food? He ate all of his food already. He's not getting more. I don't really even want him to eat the crunchies because it's too much. He might puke. Come on, Boo, let's go upstairs. Okay, so I am taking what's left over from their breakfast out to Hydrox. And but I did use it to get Boo up the stairs. And I put him upstairs so the other cats can eat. And so Boo does not eat all of their crunchies. That is a concern now. Because, they'll leave crunchies around, but Boo will not leave crunchies around. He'll eat them. And right now it's 7:49 p.m. and I just replaced the RAM in the MacBook that I used to edit videos with. So here's the old RAM that I took out, and then here's the new RAM that I took in. The new RAM is 16 gigabytes of memory, which is the most RAM that this computer takes. So I'm really excited and I'm really looking forward to this computer running faster. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it does run a lot faster because I think this will now double the amount of RAM in the computer. I think I had 8 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I had 8 gigs of RAM and now I have 16. So that's really cool. And it literally took me maybe a minute to change out this RAM. Once I had the computer open, basically all you need to do is disconnect this battery. You disconnect the battery and then there's little clips on the side here. You just open these clips a little bit and then the RAM just pops out. And then you just put the new RAM in, the clips automatically shut, and then reconnect the battery, and then that's it. So now I'm just going to put the cover on the back of the computer and put all of the screws back in, and hopefully everything will be fine. Right now, it's a little bit after 10 p.m. I don't know if it's 10:30, I'm not sure exactly what time it is, but I'm downstairs with the cats, and I took out this flying bird toy because they all love it. And I've been swinging it around for everyone. So this is where Splash is. He's like near that thing that they like to rub up against. Here's Stella. She's sitting kind of near their food dishes. There's Simba. He's near the scratch and rolls. And there's Boo. Boo's been coming halfway down the stairs to get the bird. I like using this toy because I could swing it around like for all the cats. So I could swing it from Stella, I could swing it up to Boo, back down to the cats. Simba's very interested in Boo. Simba keeps looking at Boo. But it's hard for me to film this while I'm playing with them because they're all in such different locations. Boo likes to chew it up. What I noticed today is that I think Boo is starting to like being with the other cats. Like, I feel like today was the first time he was a little bit lonely when he wasn't with them. Usually he's not like that. But today I felt a little bit of that. But I don't know if any of it was like side effects from the valerian. But what I would like to do today is give Stella some of the valerian and see what happens to her. Okay, so tonight the cats are getting some freeze-dried minnows. And so far, everything has been good. I don't want to jinx anything, but Boo's been eating his treats off of the platter. Stella was eating right here. Stella? Stella? And Simba was eating right here with Boo. Simba was eating with Boo on the platter, and Stella was eating like a foot away from the platter. Actually, I don't know how much Stella was eating because I still see her minnows on the ground. And Splash was over there, so I had to throw minnows to him. It's hard to throw these minnows because they are just like really, really light. And yeah, we're basically at the bottom of the bag, and it's just a bunch of squashed up fish. Did you hear Stella growling? Stella put her nose like all the way up Boo's butt, and then she starts growling. And Boo has made himself at home, eating off the platter. Okay, so here's Stella, Boo, Simba, and Splash. Here's Stella. She has decided she doesn't want to eat any treats. Here's Boo. He has decided that he is going to eat Stella's treats because she doesn't want them. Here's Simba. And here's Splash. Right now they are getting the My Little Lion Captain Cod recipe. Grain-free, soft, meaty cat treats. And Simba was just limping a little bit. I put a treat on Stella's paws. Is she gonna eat the treat? Stella, are you gonna eat the treat? Are you? You're just gonna sit there with it? Want me to play with you? Want me to play? So we've been down here playing with the cats, and Boo came down. So we've been playing with this flying bird toy again, and Stella has decided that she would rather eat the piece of cake that Zoe sent for Splash. Stella loves those toys, I think because she thinks they're cake. Boo has been searching for every stray crunchie that he can find over there. He'd rather search for crunchies than play. He's also been checking out the litter boxes. So far, Boo's been on really good behavior, I have to say that. And so far, You know, Stella just growled a little bit, but other than that, it's been pretty good too. For some reason, I feel like today Boo and Stella came to some kind of like an agreement or something. Simba's sitting on the scratch and roll and purring, and he's been getting brushed. Boo got brushed for a little bit, but then he wanted to go back upstairs. So I said, okay, Boo, go back upstairs. But now Simba's getting brushed, and Stella ran away when I tried to brush her. But now she's back. Oh, sorry, Simba. Okay. Simba said, brush his head, brush his head. So much fur. Now, if I could get Boo to spend more time down here with the other cats, and if they all get along, then that would be great. Then Operation Take Back My House would be reaching a whole new level. It is almost 11 p.m. and I'm just about to go upstairs to go to bed, but right now I am going to give Stella some special playtime because she was such a good girl today. Stella, you were a very good girl today. I can honestly say that today was the first day that felt like Boo was lonely without the other cats. He's never given off any kind of indication of that before, but because he's been spending more time with them, today was the first day where it felt like he was a little mopey when he wasn't around them. Not that he wanted to be around them all day, but I think he did want to spend more time with them than he did. So I thought that was interesting. The other thing was that for some reason I got like a strange feeling that he and Stella had reached some kind of agreement or something. It happened sometime while I was at work today, because I did not feel that way this morning. But for some reason, when I got back later, I feel like, okay, the two of them have come to some kind of weird agreement. And I know it's really weird to say that, but that's the feeling I got, so I'm just documenting that. Now, today while I was out, Boo was in his room, the gates were in the doors, and the other cats were on free roam. And when Boo was in his room today, that's when I was feeling like he was missing the other cats. So, I don't know, maybe he and Stella worked something out. I'm trying to get Stella to eat a treat with some valerian on it, but like she won't do it. Like, I even took a little piece of a meaty stick and put a few drops of valerian on it. Now, she might have licked up like one of the valerian drops, which is why she's acting like she is now, but she won't eat the piece of meaty stick. And I tried it on the bench and field treats, and she wouldn't eat that either. Eat this. Eat it. It's a meaty stick, Stella. You like meaty sticks. You gonna eat it? I got her to like nibble on it a little bit, but she still won't eat it. She tried to eat my finger. Stella. I think if there was any valerian on that, she probably licked it off, though. She did a good job licking it. Splash was going to eat it, so I put down the bench and field treat with the valerian on it, and Simba stole it. He decided to eat it. So now Simba has valerian. I think Stella got some of the valerian, but Splash needs it. It's about 9:15 a.m. and I am just about to give the cats their breakfast today. Boo was let out of his room, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 minutes ago, and the cats were all upstairs together. And he just came downstairs with the other cats. I'm just about to give them breakfast, and so far today everything has been good. No fights, no growling, no hissing. And it was kind of funny because when they were all upstairs together, I was making a smoothie for my breakfast, and I turned the blender on, And Boo freaked out and he went to run downstairs, but Stella was standing in the top of the stairs. And when he saw her, he just like stopped short, and she looked at him and her ears went back. She did not attack him. She did not hiss at him. So I was like, oh, okay, that was good. I mean, they stood there and stared at each other for a while, but that was it. And right now, Stella's been rubbing up all against me because that's her job. Her job is to coax food out of me, right, Stella? Yeah? Okay, so we are going to eat. All of the cats are eating their breakfast. Stella, Simba, and Splash on their platter, and Boo is eating on his bottom step. Boo had ran back up the stairs when I went in the other room to get the platters, and I had to coax him back down the steps. I was hoping he would eat closer to the other cats today, but because he got spooked out by the door opening and closing, he ran back up. But at least he came most of the way back down. Okay, so here's what happened. As usual, Simba bolted his food down and then ran up the stairs past Boo, but Boo's used to it now, so he doesn't even flinch. And Splash did the same thing after Simba did that. He just kind of like ate and ran. They both ran upstairs to the cat towers. And look at what a good boy Boo was. Boo ate his whole breakfast also. Well, that's his first half of his breakfast. He'll get his second half in a little bit, but he ate it all. Good boy Boo. And here's Stella with the rest of their food. They left some. They really, really love the rabbit nuggets. So they eat those first, and then they leave the instinct raw bites, and they usually come back for those. And these raw bites were not the best raw bites because these are the ones that were still freezer burnt. I've since have started, making sure I look at the dates when I buy them. So, hello, Stella. Are you guarding your food? So Stella was the food scout. Like when they were living outside, and it was Stella, Boo, and the little kittens. Stella was the food scout. So that's probably why I saw Boo in the little nest with the kittens so often. It was like whenever Stella was in my yard and I would go and look to see like where would the kittens be, I would always see like Boo where I would assume the kittens would be. And that's why Stella was the food scout, and that's why Stella was the one that was approaching me in the backyard. And after I fed them dry food for a while, she started kind of approaching me on her own and kind of looking for food, and then coming by the back door looking for food. So Stella's very protective of her food. So I was sitting at the kitchen table writing something down, and all of a sudden I heard like someone at the crunchy tree downstairs, and I said, that's weird. I think that's Boo, because I had just given Boo a few treats in the kitchen for being a good boy and eating his breakfast downstairs and no problems. And I get up from the table and walk over to the door here, and as I do that, Boo knows what I'm doing and comes running up the steps. So when I came here, Boo was like right there and Splash was right there, and Boo came up because he knows he's not supposed to be eating crunchies right now. These little can covers make excellent treat trays. I'm giving Simba 2 bench and field treats with some healing herbs on them. I put 1 drop on each treat, and that works out really well. Good boy, Simba. So I found that if I need to give them any kind of like liquid supplements or liquid medications, for example, if I take a bench and field treat and put it like upside down so the flat side is up, they're big enough to hold 1 drop of liquid very easily. And the cats love those treats so much they eat it no problem. It looks like there are a few more days of blooms left on this tree. It looks really nice today. I really like how the morning light hits the trees and the plants and the flowers. It looks really nice. It's 10 a.m. right now. And since the cats ate together, they've all just been on free roam together, and I have not been watching them because every time I popped in to see what they were doing, they were all just pretty much looking out the windows, in this living room. And Boo was just hanging out on the play rug. And I was like, okay, they're being good. I'll just get ready for my day. So that's what I was doing, and I wasn't paying attention to them. And we have had a few incidences, but there's been no fighting and no growling and no hissing. So, I don't know what happened, but I did see Boo go running down the hallway. I don't know if he was running after someone or from someone, but I saw that. And then, I don't know, I just heard like all this ruckus in here. Like Boo was jumping all around the room. And then I walk in, and this is what I see. Boo's in one cat tower, and Stella's in the other cat tower. Okay, so I don't know what's been going on, but all I know is I have not heard any growling, no hissing, nothing like that. I have not heard any fighting, but I've heard a lot of running around. And I thought Boo was just like running around on his own and just like playing. But then I was in my bedroom just now, and I look, and Simba comes running full speed into my bedroom with Boo chasing him. So Simba's going to be separated from Boo today because Simba needs to continue to heal his leg. He does not need to be running around with Boo chasing him. And that was one of my concerns about keeping them together for too long at a time. And today is Boo's day to be on free roam during the day. So right now, Simba's under my bed. That's where he's hiding. So I'm going to keep Simba in my room. And I'll figure out a way to get Stella and Splash downstairs later. Okay, right now it's 10:30, and I've been sitting at the kitchen table editing a video. And Splash has been sitting here on the door, and Boo has been sitting on the other side of the room near me, and wasn't paying attention to what either of them were doing. The next thing I hear is a jump and a hiss, and from what I could tell, Boo jumped at Splash. Maybe he wanted to play with Splash, and then Splash got mad and he hissed at him, but he stood his ground. He's still sitting here. Simba's in my room with the door shut because when I had the door open a little while, and Simba was trying to come out from under the bed, like he started walking out of the room, he saw Boo in the hallway, and then he turned around and he ran right back under the bed. So Simba's a little bit afraid of Boo right now because Boo was chasing him around. And Stella says she doesn't want anything to do with any of this drama. She's taking the high road, and she is just going to sit here and look outside at the pretty flowers and the pretty birds and the pretty squirrels and the bugs. Right, Stella? It's 11:15 a.m. I'm still sitting at the kitchen table editing this video, and Boo has been sneaking downstairs and eating all the cat food. And he's so stealthy about it. Like, you can't hear him at all. I have to use, like, all my psychic abilities to be like, oh, Boo's downstairs. And here's Stella by the back door. It is 7:38 p.m. I just got home, and I don't believe what I just witnessed right here. Right here. So Stella and Splash have been downstairs all day. Boo has been upstairs all day on free roam. Simba is in my room. And this door was shut. So when I got home, I just opened the door and I said, okay, all the cats will be on free roam. And I put my bags down and I turn around and here's Boo and here's Stella. And the two of them, they smelled each other's noses. They gave each other a kitty kiss. No hissing, no growling, no fighting. I almost don't even believe my eyes. And it just confirms what I said yesterday, that I felt a shift in the energy of the house. I felt like Boo and Stella had reached some kind of weird agreement. And this would validate that. The fact that the two of them just greeted each other in a very friendly and civil manner. I'm absolutely amazed. Tonight I have an experiment going on with the cat's food. So we have primal raw rabbit nuggets here, but we have two different kinds of the primal raw rabbit nuggets. We have this kind, which is kind of like a redder color. These are the cat food nuggets. And then we have this kind with more green in it. These are the dog food nuggets. The ingredients are pretty much exactly the same, except for the fact that the dog food has, I think it's about 8% more vegetable matter in it than the cat food, and the cat food has additional taurine. Taurine is a substance that cats need because they are obligate carnivores. They require meat and organ meats and taurine in order for them to have their best health. Dogs, on the other hand, are omnivores and they don't require that. So you can actually have a vegan dog and the dog could be healthy, whereas you can never have a vegan cat because cats are required to eat protein and they are required to have taurine as an essential element of their diet. So that's the difference. That being said, the dog food still does have some taurine in it because there's naturally occurring taurine in organ meats, and there are organ meats in the nuggets. Okay guys, we just missed it. We just missed it. So all I saw from the other room was Stella inching very slowly toward the steps. And, you know, knowing Stella, I thought she was on the attack. Well, when I looked, she wasn't on the attack. She was smooching with Boo again, twice. In like less than an hour, Stella's been smooching with Boo. I think maybe their romance is being rekindled. Right, Stella? You like Boo, right? Okay, so back to the food. So the dog food nuggets do have some naturally occurring taurine in them, in the form of the poultry organ meats. And I'm not feeding those exclusively to the cats, but I really do like the fact that they have more vegetable matter in them. So I'm really curious to see if the cats will eat them. Will the cats notice a difference? And you know, just what happens when I feed it to them. I'm not encouraging anyone else to do this. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just doing this for my own personal experiment. So let's feed these to the cats and see what happens. They're smelling it like they've never seen it before, which doesn't make any sense because they love the rabbit nuggets. Okay, Simba's going for one of the dog nuggets. Splash is going for one of the cat nuggets. Boo has half a nugget each, and he's starting with the cat nugget. Stella, why aren't you eating? Are you lovesick over Boo? Are you watching your girlish figure? Okay, so Simba has moved over to a cat nugget. Splash is on a cat nugget. But he keeps going back and forth to the dog nugget. I believe the additional vegetable matter is in the form of collard greens and squash. And those ingredients are also in the cat nuggets, but there's just more of those ingredients in the dog nuggets. Well, the boys look like they're enjoying their food, and I think it is absolutely bizarre that Stella's not eating, but maybe she's just waiting for afterward. She's just sitting here watching them. Boo's eating his food. He ate the portion of the cat nugget. Now he's working on the dog nugget. Eat your food, Boo. Okay, maybe he's walking away. Maybe not. It's just that Splash is staring at him. On this platter, they've eaten one of the cat nuggets and one of the dog nuggets. Probably like 1.5 of the cat nuggets. Boo's working on the dog nugget. Simba must have been starving all day. I mean, he was just laying in my room. And I even gave him crunchies this afternoon. I don't know why Stella's not eating. It's not like her. But it's also not like her to kiss Boo. Stella, go kiss Boo. Go kiss him. Go kiss your boyfriend. I want to get it on film. Right now Boo's eating crunchies, but he's not supposed to be eating crunchies. But I'm just really curious as to what's going on between Boo and Stella today. Stella, you coming up? Coming upstairs? Come on up. You could come up. Okay, I hear growling. Good girl, Stella. Good girl. Okay, so Boo is totally freaked out right now. So I wanted to put Boo in his room right now because I need to get some things done, and Stella was growling at him downstairs. Look at how big Boo's tail is. So I led him into the room with some crunchies, and because the room was open, I said, let me check to make sure there are no other cats in the room. So Boo follows me in the room because obviously I have the crunchies. And I come over to the daybed and I open the daybed. Well, it was like a wild animal was under there. All I heard was this horrible hiss, and then I saw like this just flash go past me, and obviously it was Splash, but it freaked Boo out, so Boo went from here all the way jumping to the windows. If any of these windows were open, Boo would have flew out the window, and he was just standing there like so scared, looking at me like what the heck, like his tail was all big, like it was ridiculous. And I was like, Boo, I didn't do it. And I'm standing here with my hands in the air, like, you know, I didn't do anything. And oh my God, like Splash just totally flipped out. Boo's in his room for a while. I'm trying to edit a video. And he's been crying at the gate. I think he's crying for Stella. Stella's not giving him any attention right now. So Splash and I have a nightly ritual. This happens pretty much every night. So Splash hangs out like here, like he's been hanging out here, and I'll come into the kitchen, or I'll be in the kitchen, usually doing something. I might be prepping their food for tomorrow, or maybe even putting my food together for tomorrow. And he'll meow at me, or I'll be like, hi Splash, and he'll meow at me, and then I sneak him some crunchies, or I sneak him some treats. And that's why he just kind of hangs out here. And usually what happens is when I try to sneak him some treats, Simba's bionic ears hear what I'm doing, and he usually comes in and ends up eating most of the treats on Splash. But let's see what happens. Splash, you want some cookies? Yeah. Eat them. Eat them. Eat them, Splash. They're yours. Eat them. Eat your cookies. Eat your cookies. They're for you. Eat them. I told Boo we're going to have some crunchies and he could go downstairs. He's making his way downstairs. Is he gonna kiss Stella again? Are Boo and Stella gonna kiss? Of course not, because I have a camera on. Watch her be mean because there's a camera on. Yep. Stella! Stella, you kissed him twice today. Now you're growling and hissing? What's the matter with you? What are you doing? Don't do that, Stella. Don't do that. Come here. These 3 treats have a drop of valerian underneath them. And for some reason, Stella won't eat them. Valerian is supposed to be like a favorite of cats, but Stella doesn't want it. Maybe Boo will eat one. Everyone is eating crunchies tonight. Simba and Splash are sharing that little plate of crunchies. Boo has some crunchies on the floor. And Stella was waiting for crunchies in the platter. I did not give them crunchies in any of the interactive feeders because it's late and I'm exhausted. Good morning, Boo. How are you today? Boo ate all of his dinner yesterday. That includes the dog food nugget with the additional vegetable matter in it. So the cats enjoyed those. And this morning he's getting the Primal Raw Rabbit nugget. This is the cat food formula. When he's done with this one, he's going to get the dog food formula. And I just want to see how it goes with that, because those have 8% more vegetable matter in them. I put 2 bench and field treats on his breakfast nugget because I know he likes those, and those have good vitamins and minerals in those. And there's additional water down there, and I think I put a drop of an herbal extract. Good morning, Stella. I just dropped one of these small plates that I normally feed Boo on. I dropped it on the kitchen floor and it broke and shattered. So I have the cats down here. Boo's in his room with the door shut. The cats are down here because I don't want them, walking around in the broken ceramic. And I took the vacuum upstairs to vacuum the kitchen, and then I was like, well, might as well vacuum the rest of the house. So I did that. And then I came down here and I said, let me vacuum downstairs with the cats. And I found a present waiting for me. And look what we have here, another disgusting hairball. I think it might be from Stella because Stella was kind of lethargic last night, and I don't know, it could be Simba though because he was trying to lay in it right now. Okay, look what else I just found. And it's funny because the cats tried to hide this one. I don't know if I caught it on film, but the corner of this rug was folded over. And I just went to fold it back down because I want to vacuum it. And when I folded it down, I found this. So it looks like the cats tried to hide this by folding the rug over it. And this looks like crunchy vomit from last night. Someone had too many crunchies. So for breakfast, the cats are getting Primal Raw Rabbit nuggets, and they're getting 3 of the cat nuggets and 3 of the dog nuggets. The dog nuggets are the darker nuggets. Again, this is just part of an experiment. The dog nuggets are pretty much the same exact ingredients as the cat nuggets, but the dog nuggets have 8% more vegetable matter in them. And I'm just curious to see if the cats like them and how that goes. I put 1 bench and field treat on each nugget because the cats had to wait a while for their breakfast today. And I find it curious. So Simba's eating one of the dog food nuggets. Stella's eating the dog food nugget. Splash is like right in the middle of a dog food nugget and a cat food nugget. It looks like he's at the cat food nugget. They definitely like them. I'm not 100% sold on the dog food nuggets because they're high in collard greens. Stella ate that all up. Let me tell you what's going on with the cats this morning. So Stella was on top of the cat tower in my room. And then Simba jumped on the bed. And Simba was like bothering me. And I was like, what do you want, Simba? I'm trying to get ready for my day. And then I said, oh, you want to be brushed. So I took the brush out and I brushed him. And he was super, super happy. And then I was trying to get ready for my day. And Stella kept bothering me. And I was like, what's going on, Stella? What do you want? And then I realized, oh, she wants to be brushed. As soon as I realized it, she jumped up on the bed and I got the brush and I have been brushing her and she's been super happy. So we're at the point now where Simba and Stella are telling me that they want to be brushed. I think maybe the hairballs are not comfortable for them. So I've been in the kitchen making salad, and Boo and Simba have been having a cat fight through the gates. Boo has been taking flying leaps at this gate, and Simba's been on this side, not making things much better. It is about 8 p.m. right now, and I put some food out for Hydrox a little while ago. When I came home about maybe like an hour ago, Hydrox was laying in the driveway. And then when I pulled up, he ran, but I don't know where he ran to. So food's there if he wants it. It is 10:30 p.m. right now, and I feel like I really haven't taken much video footage today because I've been trying to get a lot of stuff done. But Boo was a very good boy today. He slept on the bed last night, or part of last night. He spent half of last night in the cat tower and then half of last night on the bed. And then he ate breakfast in his room, and he stayed in his room during the day, and he had a good sleep on his day bed. And then when I got home, he's been on free roam. He ran around the house like crazy for a while. Then we had really bad thunderstorms, like really bad. And he wasn't even scared at all. Stella and Splash were like all freaked out. They were downstairs and they were looking out the back door when it started. And oh my gosh, I don't remember the last time I saw Splash that afraid. Simba has been in my room. I just want to keep him separate and resting. Every time I check, he's been hanging out on my bed, just like relaxing. So I spent some time with Boo, and now I am going to put him in his room for the night, and the other cats are going to come upstairs. And yeah, and then tomorrow's another day. But so he already had some crunchies in this Kong tipping treat just a short while ago. I want to say 5 or 10 minutes ago. But for me to get him back in his room, I have to like entice him. When he sees this tub of crunchies, he kind of follows it around. So that's how I entice him back into his room. So right now I'm going to give him some crunchies in this tip and treat, and then he'll be set for the night. And what I'll do is I'll move the gates and put them in his door. He eats so fast. So while he is eating the crunchies out of this interactive feeder, it's my chance to kind of escape from the room without him following me out. Here's Simba. Simba's been laying on the bed. I just came into the room. Simba also had some crunchies a little while ago. I gave him like a heaping tablespoon of crunchies. Simba's been a very good boy today also. They're always good when they're not hanging out with each other. So Simba was on relaxation mode today. He was in like recovery room mode, right, Simba? Good boy, Simba. They all got brushed earlier today. Simba's a long cat. Right, Sims? Simba loves relaxing on the bed. It makes him feel special. When I look in, like if I peek in the door, he looks at me like, look, I'm hanging out on the bed. Like right now the door's open. He could leave the room if he wants, but he doesn't want to. Simba likes being spoiled, right? Simba, you like being a little spoiled cat? A little spoiled kitty? It's purring. Okay, Simba, you could lay here tonight. You could hang out here. It's okay. Good morning, Simba. How are you doing today? Simba jumped on the bed. Simba was a very good patient this morning. I examined both of his hind legs and he tolerated it, and I did not find anything unusual. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens with the limping. He hasn't been limping as much, but every now and then he still does. Good morning, Stella. Good morning, Splash. Good morning, Boo. Okay, so today the cats are getting canned food for breakfast because I forgot to defrost their raw food last night. And they liked this food when I gave it to them the other day. They ate like all of it, so they're getting it again. It's the 4Health grain-free chicken and whitefish dinner. I got this at Tractor Supply. It's a great food for only 69 cents a can. Okay, here's their breakfast, and there's quite a few things going on here. So I did not squash their food down all the way. I just kind of made like chunks out of it. And I added some powdered wheatgrass to it because they do like catgrass, and I feel that adds some healthy greens to the food because there's no vegetables in this food at all. And then I also had some peas defrosted. I have a sick goldfish right now, and sometimes when you feed them peas, it makes them feel a little bit better. So I decided to see what would happen if I took some of these peas. I just kind of squeezed the pea out of its skin, and then you're left with like 2 little pea halves, and then I squashed that between my fingers and kind of stuck it in the food. So let's see what happens. Will they eat the peas? Will they leave the peas? I believe there's a video on this channel where Stella spits out a pea. She doesn't like them. So let's see what happens. We have a new experiment. Okay, I want to brush Boo this morning. Come here, Boo. Over here, let's get brushed. Come on. Okay. Is that what you want, Boo? You want me to get up and move? You want me to move so you could use your arch while I brush you? That what you want? Oh, you want to walk around the house while I brush you? Is that what you want, Boo? Oh, you want to rub up against everything in the house while you walk around and I brush you? Is that what you want, Boo? So today for breakfast, Boo is getting the Pride by Instinct because Boo is a canned food connoisseur. Like, he really appreciates canned food. Out of all the cats, he goes crazy for it. So I'll make sure that he gets the good stuff. The other ones, they don't like it so much, and sometimes they don't eat it. I don't like wasting the good food. What's the matter, Boo? Want some food? Are you hungry? Right now, Boo is going to get a quarter of the can, and you can see all of the little vegetable pieces in this food, and that's why I really like it for the cats. Are you ready? Eat slow. It's about 11 a.m. right now, and I am prepping the cats' food for when I am going to be away. And what I do is I have these little Ziploc bags, and I basically put one portion in each bag. So this one says Boo Monday morning. This will be his breakfast. Monday night, Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, Wednesday night. You get the idea. So when it's time to feed the cats, these have to be taken out of the freezer and defrosted like the night before. So Monday morning is taken out the night before, defrosted, and then fed to the cats at the appropriate time. So I'm working on Boo's food. After I do all of Boo's food, then I'm going to do the food for the other cats. The freezer is loaded with individual single serving sizes of cat food ready to be taken out and defrosted. I'm just about to run out and do a few things. There's Hydrox laying in the bushes, so I gave him half a can of cat food. Gave him the good stuff that Boo had for breakfast, because Hydrox likes it. It is 2:08 p.m. and Boo's been on free roam upstairs and the other cats have been downstairs, and I've been going in and out unloading the car, and it looks like I forgot to shut the door. And look what Boo's doing. Boo is finishing up what was left of breakfast from the other cats because it's canned food. So Boo says he's going to eat it. If no one else is eating it, he's going to eat it. Meanwhile, Simba has been sleeping in this blue bed, and Stella and Splash are in the round beds on the couch. Stella usually gets up if she sees me coming down here. Look, see? But because Boo's here, I don't know what's going to happen. Is she going to be in a good mood with Boo today? Or is she not going to be in a good mood with Boo? Is she going to kiss Boo? Or is she going to smack him? What are you going to do, Stella? You're just going to sit there while Boo eats? She might get mad at Boo because she doesn't like people taking her food. But, you know, they didn't eat their food. Hello, Stella. Are you having a nice day? Boo's eating the food. Now, to entice them to eat the food, I put some additional freeze-dried raw bites on there, and they ate all the freeze-dried raw bites, and they left the canned food. And then I put some crunchies on there also, and I don't know if they ate the crunchies because then I left, but they weren't too impressed with the canned food today. I think they have to be really hungry to eat the canned food, whereas Boo just likes it. He prefers it. Stella, I'll give you a lot of treats if you kiss Boo right now. Show me how you kiss Boo, and then I'll give you treats. Okay? I hope Boo doesn't throw up from eating all that food. But it's been a while since he's had breakfast. And this is not an everyday occurrence for Boo. This is like the first time he's done this. If this became an everyday occurrence for him, I would be like, no, Boo, you can't do that. But because this is the first time he's done that. I'm not going to discourage him. Also because I'm leaving in about 2 days, and you know, I just want to keep everything as stress-free as possible right now. He's still eating. It looks like most of the peas have been eaten along with the food. Simba just got out of that little blue bed. There's Simba. You gonna be nice to Boo? We're gonna be nice to each other, right? Yeah, we're gonna be nice. Well, what's gonna happen is Simba and the other cats are gonna end up going upstairs, and Boo's gonna have to go in his room because I have to get to my office. I have not been there all day yet. Okay, be nice to Stella. Be nice to Stella. I feel like I've been missing a lot of the action lately. Like, I'm always like, oh, you just missed it. So right now I'm just trying to keep the camera on so we don't miss anything. But Boo's just walking around inspecting the place. Come on, Boo, let's go upstairs. Come on, Boo. Hey, Stella. You like Boo? Can you kiss Boo? Stella, kiss Boo and I'll give you treats. Boo, kiss Stella and I'll give you treats. Crunchies? If you guys, Stella, you kiss Boo and I'll give you crunchies. Come on, Boo. Let's go. Come on, Boo, upstairs. Come on, up. Upstairs. Good boy. Good girl, Stella, but you didn't kiss him, so you don't get any treats. After last night's thunderstorms, most of the blossoms are now on the ground. Boo is using the covered litter box. Now, when this covered litter box was downstairs for a while, it was used downstairs by some of the cats down there. I don't know who, because obviously I didn't watch. But I just heard Boo scratching around. And he actually went in and used this litter box. Now, there's the door. So the door, I keep it propped open. But this is huge. This is so great. If I could get these cats to use covered litter boxes, it would be awesome. Because it would mean less litter flying around. Good boy, Boo. What a good boy, Boo. Hello, Stella. It's about 12:30 a.m. right now. Hello, Simba. So I put the self-groomer back on the wall, and it is attached with the blue sticky stuff that is sold to stick posters to the wall. It's almost like a blue clay type material, but it's not supposed to damage walls. And the reason why I use it is just because I had it, and I said, oh, I wonder if it'll work. And so far it's been working pretty good. I think why it's working is because it does have some give to it. So when the cats brush up against it, it kind of, see how it kind of moves with them? So, so far it has not fallen off. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I have spent the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours packing, trying to pack, figuring out what I'm taking, what I'm not taking on this first trip. So I'm totally exhausted right now, and the cats did not get as much attention as they usually get when I'm home, but They're going to get a lot of attention this coming week when I'm away. And I hope they don't gain a lot of weight while I'm away, because every time I go away for a little while, I come back and the cats have put on weight, because people like to feed cats. People like to give cats treats, right, Stella? Right? Yeah, that's right. And cats like to eat, right, Simba? Simba's purring and Boo's at the door upstairs. I want to go to bed, so I don't want to let Boo down, because then all the cats will want to go up and it'll be a lot of time to get everyone where they need to be so I could have a good night's sleep. Right, Stella? Sometimes Stella gets annoyed when she stays down here, but most of the time she doesn't care because she likes to sleep in her round bed. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some crunchies and then we're going to sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I just gave Boo his crunchies in the digger. He hasn't had crunchies in the digger in a while. He's good at getting them out. "9:33 a.m. Boo slept on the bed all night. He's been hanging out on top of the cat tower." What's going on here? I don't know what's going on, but I'm hearing a cat crying and I'm hearing like pounding noises. To me it sounded like someone was jumping or something, but it did not sound like they were jumping on the gate. So I don't know where they were jumping. What are you guys doing? I'll let you up in a minute, okay? Good morning, Stella. I have to put these away. Good morning, Stella. Good morning, Simba. Good morning, Boo. Okay, we're brushing Boo. I started brushing him in the kitchen, and then he walked into the living room. Then he walked into his room, because when he's brushed, he likes to rub up against his arch at the same time, right, Boo? I just brushed Boo with this. His fur's still in it. Now I'm brushing Stella. Look what we have here. Another hairball. So disgusting. This is what's going on while I cleaned up the hairball. The three of them are just hanging out. Stella, kiss Boo. Stella, go kiss Boo. Go kiss Boo, Stella. Everyone wants to see you kiss Boo. Go ahead, do it. You can do it, Stella. You can do it. Go kiss Boo, and then we eat. Go kiss Boo, then we eat. Yeah? So I just refilled all of the cats' water bowls, including the large water dispenser. And Boo has decided he wants to come downstairs and look around. He's looking for crunchies. It's time for breakfast. Come on, it's time for breakfast. Are we gonna eat? Are we gonna eat, Stella? Come on. Who's eating? Are we all eating together today? Come on. I'm gonna put it right here in the middle. What are we gonna do, Boo? Are we eating with the cats? Is he gonna do it? Go ahead, Boo. You can eat with the cats. Go ahead, Boo. You can eat. Okay, I just gave Boo his plate near the other cats. Is he gonna eat or not? He could eat it. Eat your food, Boo. Go ahead, eat. You could eat. Okay, I just moved the cats over. Will Boo eat now? Come on, Boo. Eat your food. No, Boo wants to eat on his step. If I put it on his step, then he eats. Somehow, the bottom step has become Boo's step. And Splash has been watching guard. And now he's gonna go eat because Boo's eating. But I do have to say, when Boo is down here eating near the other cats, Splash always eats with Stella and Simba. But when Boo's not down here eating near the other cats, then a lot of times Splash will just like wait, and then he'll eat like after they eat. So I have noticed that when Boo's around, Splash steps up. Like Splash becomes a lot braver when Boo's around. And that is what we've been seeing since Boo has been inside. Since Boo has been inside, you know, we're seeing Splash make like tons of progress. And I think a lot of it has to do with Boo and the dynamic between all the cats. Maybe Boo expects more out of Splash, and Splash knows he has to kind of step in line a little bit more when Boo's around, because if Splash doesn't, like if Splash shows weakness, then maybe he's afraid Boo's gonna pounce on him or something like that. Look at the back of Splash's neck. He has like a heart on the back of his neck. I never realized that. See the back of Splash's neck? It's kind of like a heart. Of course, the second I turn the camera off is when Simba decides he needs to jump over Boo and run up the steps to get his spot on his preferred cat tower. I expect Splash to kind of like jump onto the steps this way and then run up. That's what it looks like he's ready to do. See? Sometimes these cats are so predictable. Some people say that if you feed cat grass to your cats, it makes them throw up. And I'm thinking maybe feeding cat grass to your cats helps them to alleviate hairballs by, you know, basically throwing up the hairball. And what I'm also thinking is, obviously the cats have not had that much cat grass lately, but they have been having the dog food nuggets, which have 8% more vegetable matter in them. And the additional vegetable matter is in the form of like greens and squash. And I'm wondering if it's that is causing all of the hairballs all of a sudden. I mean, it could just be a strange coincidence, but maybe the additional vegetable matter is helping to alleviate the hairballs. A lot of people say, you know, give your cats additional oil. It will help them pass their hairball through their digestive system. But maybe that's not the optimal way for them to pass it. Maybe they are biologically designed to pass it up through the esophagus and out the mouth. Okay, I just gave Boo half of his second nugget. Boo's been doing really good. He has not vomited at all since I've been splitting up his meals. And I'm just curious to see if whatever was causing the vomiting has passed. So there have been 3 hairballs down here also. There was the one near the water bowl, the one closer to the wheel, and then the one in the bathroom right now. And there's 3 cats down here, so 3 hairballs haven't passed. So hopefully we're done with hairballs down here for a while. Okay, Boo ate his breakfast. Boo, you want more? Maybe I'm just going to give him the other one and we'll see what happens. Okay, so Boo just got the second half of his second nugget, so this will be his full breakfast serving. Simba just ran all the way around the house from the living room, and he's watching from the top of the steps. I think Stella sent out the signal that there's more food, because as I was walking over to Boo with the rest of his nugget, Stella was looking at me like, oh, we're getting more food. But maybe she doesn't understand it's just the rest of Boo's breakfast. They still have breakfast on their platter they have not finished. And I need to make sure Boo goes upstairs because he'll probably go and finish it. Hello, Stella. Hello, Stella. How are you? Stella loves it when you rub her ears. She's purring very, very gently right now. Okay, I'll switch hands. No? Smell first? No? I'm trying to get Boo to come upstairs, and he will normally follow his plate. And yeah, he's not, because he's looking at the food. He's going to try to eat that food. Come on, Boo, upstairs. Let's go. What I need to do is go jiggle some crunchies. This is a first. This is the cat tower in my bedroom. Splash is on top of it. I've never seen Splash on top of this cat tower before. And here's Stella. Stella's laying on the bed right now. This is it's like almost like a quilt thing that I put on the bed that the cats normally lay on this. It is so full of hair that I am putting it in the washing machine as soon as the dishwasher is done. And so this right here is a linen duvet cover, and this is usually what's under this. This is for the cats to lay on, and then this is normally what's on the bed. Right now this is all bunched up because I'm about to put this in the laundry, and so Stella has decided that she likes laying on the linen duvet cover, and Simba has decided he wants to lay here on the linen duvet cover, and Splashes in the cat tower. trying to pack. And it looks like Stella wants to go with me. Okay, so at this point, it is really like a joke. I have been going out of my way to set this camera up on a tripod today to try to catch Stella and Boo interacting in a positive manner, to try to even catch them kissing each other like they did the other day, and no luck. So I come downstairs to put the laundry in the dryer, and I come back upstairs, and right here in this doorway, Stella's sitting here, Boo's sitting here. The two of them were sitting together in the doorway, no problems, so cute. And of course, I don't have a camera with me. And here they are now. There's Stella, and there's Boo. Come on, Boo, upstairs. For dinner, the cats are eating on a Mother's Day platter. I forgot that I had these Mother's Day platters. They're really just like springtime platters, but they're officially Mother's Day platters because tomorrow's Mother's Day. And to celebrate, the cats are eating on these platters. So Boo came all the way down the steps, and everyone's just sitting here hanging out. So far, so good. The question is, will they all eat off of the same platter? Okay, let's see what's going to happen here. I'm trying to put the platter down. Okay, who's eating? Is everybody eating? Boo, are you eating with everybody? Boo smelling Splash's tail. Boo, are you going to eat with them? You don't want to eat with them? Okay, you're going to go eat with them now? Splash moved. You don't want to eat with them? You want me to give you a separate dish? A separate dish, Boo? Look, Splash is making room for you. Come on, Boo. Splash made room for you. Okay, you want to eat separate? Okay, I just gave Boo his food on the bottom step because Splash was starting to eat Boo's food. But look, this is the closest the cats have ever been to eating together. Boo still likes the safety of the first step, and the other cats are just a few feet away from him. In my book, this is progress. What I think I might try tomorrow is moving the cat's platter over a little bit more. I mean, we'll see. Right now, I think it's about 8:20 p.m. So they are eating a little bit late. But they had a late breakfast. And Boo did good with his breakfast because he did not vomit. He had his full serving without a split feeding. I mean, it was a slight split feeding. There were just, I would say less than 10 minutes between the first nugget and the second nugget. Boo ate his entire nugget. Boo, would you like your other nugget? Want your other nugget? You still hungry? So this time, Simba's eating a lot of food. Like, he's not eating and running. He was in my room all day, on bed rest, which was also cat tower rest. And I don't know why that's making him so hungry. He was not running around at all. He was just relaxing. And he had some crunchies, and he also had some treats. You done? Simba, you done? Good boy, Simba. Is he gonna run? What is he gonna do? Oh, Boo did not finish his food. Look at this. Boo did not finish his food. Still starting to grow. Boo, if you eat their food, they're gonna eat your food. Boo's going back to his food. Alright, Boo, we're gonna go upstairs? Boo, you wanna go upstairs? Do you? I wanna go upstairs, I have things to do. I just gave Boo some crunchies in the Kong Tip and Treat. And the stick that sticks out of the top of it is removable. So this is actually like a new experience for Boo. But he's having no problems getting the crunchies out. Yeah, Boo's so smart. He knows how to work that thing. Happy Mother's Day, Stella. Last year on Mother's Day, Stella got a bouquet of cat grass from Splash and Simba. Right, Stella? And this year, they gave her another bouquet of cat grass. They didn't have time to put a ribbon on it, though. Stella hasn't had wheatgrass in a while, so she has this to enjoy right now. And then later, Stella will get another Mother's Day present. You like that, Stella? Happy Mother's Day, Stella. Stella, you happy? Stella, look at me. You happy? You happy with your Mother's Day present? Good morning, Simba. So I saw Simba do something this morning that I had never seen him do before. It's a few hours ago, and he was walking across the kitchen, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he started limping. Now, I've seen him do that before. But what he then did, when he started limping, is he stretched. And then he walked normal again. I thought that was really interesting because in the past, in the very beginning, he would limp and then run and hide. And then after he rested a few days, he would limp and then sit down, like lay down. And then he would lay down for a while, like maybe 30 to 60 seconds, and then he'd get up and be normal again. And then from there, it appears that after more rest, what he does now is he walks, and then when he limps, like if he starts to limp, he stretches, and then he walks normal again. So this could be part of the healing process, or this could be some, weird thing for him. I don't know. I will give it more time. Obviously, I'm going to have to give it more time because I leave tonight, and I'll be away for about the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to make sure that he is watched carefully. I'm also going to make sure that he gets plenty of rest. First, we're going to get a little bit of a brush today, Stella. before we eat. We're gonna look nice. Boo's gonna get brushed. Come on, Boo. Okay, so Simba just got his herbs on 2 little bench and field treats, and Boo and Stella both got 2 little treats also. So they all got treats, and I don't know where Splash is. The cats are eating their Mother's Day breakfast. Boo's getting his food on a Mother's Day platter also, and I've moved the other platter closer to him. Right now they are a little more than a foot apart, and Splash is upstairs near the door. He's like on the landing. He needs to come down and eat. He's just about to come downstairs. Now what I also find interesting is that they ate a whole bunch of the Instinct Raw Bites, and this bag did not have freezer burn on it. So I think they really like the Instinct Raw Bites when there's no freezer burn on those bags. Stella said she's going to take a break and she's going to wait for Splash to come down so she could have breakfast with her other son. It is mail time. Let's open up some mail. Right, Boo? Okay, the first thing we have here is a card. This is from Zoa Langford. It says, from your loving cats, we thank you for the food you bring and for our little squeaky thing. We thank you for your friendly talks and when you change our litter box. It says, we thank you for the naps we share and putting up with tufts of hair. We thank you for these things you do, but thank you most for being you. Happy Mother's Day. Love you bunches. Love your fur babies, Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, and Hydrox. It says, thank you for saving us from a life outside. We love you. Oh, that's so nice of the cats to send me that card. And look. Look at this cute necklace. They sent me an adorable necklace. It's called Curiosity. It's adorable. Thank you so much. And look at these cute little cat stickers. It's very thoughtful. Thank you very much, Zoa and the cats. Okay, next we have this box. What's in here? This says Uno alla volta from the hearts and hands of artisans. Belated happy birthday from Janet Stemper. Well, thank you, Janet. This says lead-free pewter made in Canada. Oh, look how cute. Can you guys see that? I'm using a different camera than I normally use right now, so I don't think this one is touchscreen focus. But they're little pewter cats. It's so adorable. Let me see if I could take them out. So we have a cat that's sitting there, and we have a cat playing with a ball. That would be Simba playing with the ball, and this one looks like Boo. And then we have another cat here. It might be Stella. That cat wants to play. Maybe that's Boo. And this cat is sleeping. So that's kind of like Splash, because Splash loves to sleep in his bed. And this looks like Boo and Stella. Or actually, you know what? This is Hydrox. That's Hydrox. That's Boo, because Boo loves to stretch like around his arches and stuff. This is Stella because she's pretty. And then this is Simba. He loves to play with the ball. And then this is Splash because he loves to sleep in the round bed. Thank you, Janet. You got them all. That's awesome. Very, very cute. Thank you so much. And they come with the certificate of authenticity. It says Uno alla volta, certifies that each lead-free pewter item is cast and finished one at a time in Nova Scotia. Handcrafted one at a time. That's cool. Okay, we have another box. I'm sorry if this feels a little bit rushed. It's because it is. This says, hi Lucky, just saw these in a Dobby Cats YouTube video. I'll bet the LF kids will love them just as much as Teddy, Stash, Bindi, and Dexter do, from Bad Billy. And these are Delectables Squeeze Up. I've never heard of these before. It says these are cat treats, and this is a 4-pack. Let's see if we can open these. Check it out. It looks like it's a case of 4-packs. It says Delectable Squeeze Up, thick, tasty treat with chicken. Look how they serve it in like a martini glass. Heart's Delectable Squeeze Up with chicken is a rich, thick puree in a lickable tube that you can hand feed for a fun and delicious treat. Feeding options by hand, into a bowl, or as a topper. And the ingredients are water, tuna, tapioca starch, natural and artificial flavor, chicken, guar gum, and natural tuna flavor. That's interesting. I've never seen these before. But here's what I find really weird. So it says Delectable Squeeze Up with chicken, right? With chicken. Yet if we look at the ingredients, tuna is number 2. So it's really with tuna. And then chicken is way down at number 5. But thank you. It'll be interesting to see how the cats like these. Okay, then we have a big box, or a bigger box. What do we have in here? This says, hi Lucky, the crunchy monsters need more crunchies. I have heard their desires and complied. And please kids, take your time and savor them. No one is going to take them away from you. Enjoy. Bad Billy. We have a bag of the Blue Wilderness Rocky Mountain recipe, dry food for cats. And this is the rabbit formula. And we have another bag of the Blue Wilderness Rocky Mountain recipe, dry food for cats, and this is the trout formula. These are 2 of the cats' favorite dry food formulas. So thank you so much, Bad Billy. Okay, and we have one more bag. This is kind of large and puffy. Okay, it looks like a shark for the cats. It looks like a blue shark for the cats. It is a large blue shark for the cats. I think it's a shark. There are the fins. And it has teeth. So I'm assuming it's a shark. It's really cute. And actually, you know what I think? I think I might put this in my room because it would match. And because Simba's in there, and Simba does love laying in a shark. So I don't know who sent this. There's no note inside of it at all. So thank you to whoever sent this shark to the cats. I know they're going to love it because they love the other sharks. 1:48 p.m. Simba's in the shark. He looks good in that color blue. Okay, I'm here in the greenhouse. And this is the catnip plant that I bought. It's doing really good here. It's gotten a lot bigger. And I just cut off this branch of it to give to Stella for a Mother's Day present. There is the lavender and there is the pineapple sage. They really love it in here. I also have some strawberries. I have a whole bunch of heirloom tomatoes. This is like 4 different kinds of heirloom tomatoes. Those are growing. I have some yellow marigolds. I have some beans.
I have more little strawberry plants. And then here's a whole bunch of lettuce that could be harvested and eaten already.
Stella is going to get her Mother's Day bouquet of catnip. This is what she's getting for Mother's Day. She's getting her very own catnip bouquet. Do you like it, Stella? She doesn't really know what to make of it. She's never had one before. Maybe Simba smells like catnip. Simba, this is for Stella, not for you. Okay, I just put it up. Okay. Stella's gonna take it. Oh, she wants to chew it. Stella wants to chew it. Okay, they're both eating it. They're both eating the catnip. But it looks like they want the stem. Oh. She wants the stem? She wants the stem instead of the leaves? Stella, you don't like it? It's catnip. Stella, you want me to cut the leaves off? You ate a full leaf the other day. Stella says, don't eat my catnip. Okay, Simba, come on. It's not... Uh-oh. Come on, Simba. Look. He killed it. Oh, here comes Boo. Here comes Boo. Oh, wow. You really smell the catnip once it's been, like, shredded up. I think that's the trick. Cutting up the leaves. Stella, be nice. And there's Boo. Stella. Happy Mother's Day. Boo gave you this bouquet. This bouquet is from Boo. Got it? Stella. Okay, I just gave Stella her own leaf. She has a full leaf now. You want me to cut it up for you? Do you like it better when it's chopped? Let me chop it? Okay, I'm going to chop it. I'll chop it, Stella. Give it to me. I'm going to chop it. Okay, I just chopped up about 4 or 5 catnip leaves. Come on, Stella. Go ahead. Fresh catnip. Is Boo going to join them? Boo, come on. You're going to have catnip? Come on. I just gave Boo some catnip. You gonna eat it, Boo? You gonna eat it? He's eating it. Yay, Boo. It smells really good. It almost smells like fresh mint. But I believe it is in the mint family. I don't know where Splash is. Okay, Stella just got mad at Simba, and she hissed at him, because Stella says, this is my Mother's Day present, why are you eating it? Just like Simba attacked Stella for playing with his birthday present. The cats know what is theirs and what isn't theirs. Right, Stella? You'll let Simba have some, right? Here, Simba. Here. That's yours. The queen says, not on her platter. Stella's gonna have catnip overload. She ate a lot of catnip. Oh my god, she's wearing it on her face. You done? Stella, you done? Are you gonna finish it all? Now you're gonna rub around in it? You didn't leave any for Splash. Stella, did you like your catnip? Did you like it, Stella? I gave Simba a few more pieces of catnip. He was just walking up the steps and then he started limping again. And then he came back down, so maybe the catnip will help relax him. Stella decided that she wants the stem and everything. Like, she wants every last drop of that catnip. She's just gonna eat it all. Oh my gosh. How you doing, Stella? Hello, Stella. Do you like the new camera? This is the new GoPro. Can you hear me, Stella? How's the audio on this camera? Is it okay? This camera is a lot smaller than the camera that I normally film them with. Okay, now it should look more normal and less fisheye. Stella, you feel okay? You like the new camera? Do you like it? How you doing, boo? How you doing, boo? We're testing the camera, boo. Do you like the new camera? No, you don't like it? You don't care? You're okay? Do you like the new camera, Simba? Is it too different? Too small? How are you, Simba? Can you hear Simba purring? Simba's purring pretty loudly right now, right, Simba? Right, Simba? It's 4 p.m. Boo's in the middle of the cat tower. Simba's on top of the cat tower. 2 cats in the cat tower at the same time, and one of them is Boo. And this is the view from my room in Nashville. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. It is about 8:15 a.m. and this is the view from my room in Nashville. And I got in really late last night. It was like around midnight. And this room is so noisy. I actually was in a different room first, and then I requested that my room be changed to a quieter room. They said they didn't have any rooms on the quiet side of the hotel, so they could change me maybe down the hall. So I did that, and it was a little bit quieter, but I still had to listen to a white noise video all night because it was so loud. I am basically like 1 block away from Lower Broadway. If you could see that purple building, that's right on Lower Broadway, and that's where all the honky tonks are, and that's where a lot of people go at night, like all the tourists and stuff. So you can imagine how noisy that gets. We're also looking at the Ryman Auditorium, which is a very, very famous music venue. That's where the Grand Ole Opry was for many years. The hotel that I'm staying at does not have any little mini refrigerators in the room, and I got in so late last night there was no time to go get like water and snacks and stuff. But thankfully this room came with 2 bottles of water, 2 bottles of Dasani water, and I had brought these with me. These are the Trader Joe's freeze-dried Fuji apple slices. So right now I've eaten about half of this bag, and it has been like my breakfast because I usually like to eat fruit in the morning. That's usually my breakfast, and I usually like to have something before heading out the door. What I like about this hotel room is that it is actually a suite, and this is the living room area. So it has like a little sectional and a chair, and here's another TV, and these open, and in here there's like a coffee maker, and then there's glasses, and then there's storage. So that's cool. The other thing that I like is that there is this really nice desk and workstation, so I could set up my computer here and do some work. That is the Country Music Hall of Fame in the distance. We're gonna walk a few blocks to where I have meetings today. So today we are going to take a different route to work. That's the Bridgestone Arena right in front of me. That's where they have all of the really big concerts here in Nashville. So we're gonna walk down this road. I've never seen a show at the Bridgestone Arena. I've seen shows at the Ryman, but not at the Bridgestone Arena. It appears that this is some kind of Rolling Stones exhibit. Or actually, where's it? It says open daily 10 a.m. Final North American Stop, Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum, Nashville, starting March 29th. More than 500 rare and personally contributed items from the Rolling Stones, immersive 3D displays. The question is, where is the Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum? I'm hoping it is another beautiful day here in Nashville because yesterday was gorgeous. The weather forecast has, you know, today and the next few days has like 50% chance of showers, and I hope that's not the case. And there's the Country Music Hall of Fame again. So yesterday I learned that I could cut through there to get to all of my various meetings and stuff. So I want to see if I could do it from this direction. I did it on the way back yesterday, but I don't know if I could do it this way. You have to cut through the gift shop, so we'll see how that goes. Oh look, Nashville has city bikes, just like New York has city bikes. The Nashville bikes are red, New York's are blue. I don't know what that building is, but it's pretty cool. Look at the roof. Okay, I just got a room change because the other room was facing Lower Broadway and you heard music through the windows all night, and even with a white noise machine going on to drown out the noise, you could still feel the bass like through the windows and the walls. So I requested a room change. They gave me a room change. This is not on the opposite side of the hotel. It's kind of like around the corner from where I was, but at least it's not facing Lower Broadway. So let me give you a quick tour of the hotel room. So here is the little living room sitting area, which is really cool. It's so nice to have an extra room. I had no idea this was a suite hotel. So this is the living room. And then this is the new view. This is a view of the Bridgestone Arena. You can still see that construction site on the corner. Hopefully it will be quieter. I've heard that the sound bounces off the Bridgestone Arena though, so we'll see what happens. And then this is what the bedroom area looks like. This room has 2 double beds. Some of the rooms have 1 king-size bed, but I have a room with 2 double beds. They give you another flat screen TV in the bedroom. There's a really nice sized closet and it has motion activated lights. There's an extra blanket up there. There's some luggage racks, and in the back corner there is an ironing board and an iron. And then this is what the bathroom looks like. And I really like these shower curtains. I don't know what you could tell, but like the top of the shower curtain, that's like it's like a mesh. It's like a see-through mesh, so when you're in the shower you could actually see out. It also lets more light in. And then the bottom part, on the front there's a shower curtain, but then inside it's a shower liner, and the shower liner snaps in. The shower liner does not go all the way up to the top. So there's what it looks like. So the shower liner goes on the bottom, it snaps in on the bottom, and I think that's really cool. And then this is the vanity area, which is nice. Gives you plenty of room to put products on top of the vanity. There's also a blow dryer in one of the drawers, and there's a really cool, like a makeup mirror hanging on the wall. And the first thing that I do when I check into a hotel room is spray it down with this Hotel Clear spray. This is a mix of lavender, frankincense, and sage. And what it does is it cleanses the energy of the room. It also makes it smell nice. There was a little bit of a stuffy odor when I came into this room. The reason why is because obviously there's no fresh air in these hotels because the windows don't open. So it's all recycled air. So it's nice to spray it down with something that smells good, that does not have any chemicals in it. And also because this is essential oil, it does help change the energy in the room, and it makes it feel more like home, especially if you also use essential oils at home. You guys see that gold Escalade? That car belongs to Little Richard because Little Richard lives in this hotel. And when he's here, this car's here. Now, Little Richard has been in a wheelchair since 2009. He had a hip operation and he hasn't been able to walk. But this is where he lives when he's in town. I have not seen him, but he's here because his car is here. The front desk, their official line is that they cannot confirm or deny anything. But there are other people here who work at the hotel who have more information. So yeah, so I think that's really cool. It's kind of cool to stay in the same hotel where Little Richard is living. You know, he's a rock and roll icon. boy. Good boy. Right now it's about 5:15 p.m. and I'm uploading tonight's video. And I want to tell you what happened to me this afternoon because it's just like crazy. So today I sat through like a 3-hour lunch. It was fun, but it was also an awards presentation and those can get really boring. And around, I would say, maybe around like 2:30, I decided that I had sat there long enough. I was there for like 2.5 hours and I just needed to kind of get up and walk around. It's like, I felt like, okay, for me, it was over. So I left and I walked to a store where I made a few purchases. And from there I said, let me take those back to my hotel room and put them in the room so I don't have to carry them around all day. So I walk all the way back to my hotel room and I noticed that the maid was never there. Like it was already almost 3 p.m. at that point. And I'm like, that's really weird. I left the hotel room around 8:30 in the morning and by now it should have been cleaned, but it had not been cleaned. So I was like, okay, that's strange. So then I figured, okay, while I'm here in the hotel room, let me just put on my computer and finish editing tonight's video. Then I can upload it and I'll just be done. So I sit down at the desk and I start editing tonight's video. And about 10 minutes later, there's a knock on the door and I'm thinking, oh, that's weird. Maybe it's someone I know. So I open the door and it's the maid and she's looking at me like, what are you doing in the room? And I see her and then I realize, oh, she's coming to clean the room. So I said to her, okay, I'll be out in 10 minutes. So I shut the door and then I had to like close out of the programs, power down the computer, put it in my bag. I packed everything up and I said, oh my gosh, let me go down and work in the lobby because if I work in the lobby, I might be able to see little Richard because he might be coming back. When I came back to the hotel, his car was not there, but I figured maybe he'd be coming back from somewhere and then I'd be able to see him come in. Maybe I could even meet him. So I go and I situate myself at a table in the lobby that was like directly across from the door. And I'm sitting there and within 5 minutes, the gold Escalade pulls up. So I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this is like amazing. Like, so I get my camera out and I'm like in position to start taking photos, but I realize that it's taking him a really long time to get out of the car. Like there's a whole bunch of people and it's like a big production. And it was probably, I would say 20 to 30 minutes before he ended up coming inside. But during that time, it was great because I sat there and I edited tonight's video. And while I was doing that, I noticed that there were these two older guys and they were like hanging around the lobby and they were kind of blatantly watching for little Richard to come in. I mean, I was sitting at a table working on my laptop. I think I was really nonchalant about it, but these two guys were like really kind of blatant. So what happened was, after probably like 20 or 30 minutes, little Richard eventually gets wheeled into the lobby and very quickly wheeled across the lobby and I guess to the elevators. I don't know because I couldn't see because of where I was sitting. He didn't look around. They didn't stop to look at anyone. They just kind of like walked where they were going with a purpose, and that was that. But during that time, I was able to put my camera on and catch him being wheeled across the lobby, which was really cool because now I've documented the fact that, yeah, I was in the hotel where little Richard lives. So as soon as he was wheeled through, it happened really fast. I was like, oh wow, this is so great. I caught it on camera. So I hit the stop button on the camera, and somehow those two guys that were also waiting for him, somehow now all of a sudden they were standing like a few feet to my right. So I turn and I look at them and we both kind of acknowledge each other, and they're like, that's little Richard. I was like, yeah, I know. I just got video of him being wheeled across the lobby. And they were like, oh my gosh, that's so great. And I was like, yeah, I could email it to you. So I give them my phone and I was like, yeah, just type in your email address and I'll email you the footage. And they were so happy by that. The next thing I know, one of them gives me this. And I was like, what is that? And they're like, this is the book that little Richard gave them when he was getting out of the car. So it seems that these two guys had talked to him while he was outside, while he was getting out of the car. Little Richard handed them this book, and let me show you what's inside of it. And this photo, which says, God loves and cares for you. Please don't forget that, little Richard. So basically this is like a pre-printed postcard, and that's signed, this is not an individual signature, it's pre-printed on there. But this book and this photo was in little Richard's car just a few hours ago. Little Richard then handed these to the guy that I met in the lobby. And because I videotaped little Richard being wheeled across the lobby and told the guy that I would email him the footage, he then gave me the book and the photo because he said that they had another copy. It was two guys and I guess they each had one. So he gave me his. So right now I have these, and how crazy a story is that? Like, what are the chances I'm going to be sitting in those awards saying, you know what, I'm really bored, I need to leave right now. I go and I do some shopping, and then I say I need to walk back to my hotel and I need to put that in the room. Then I decide, okay, well, let me edit a video while I'm in the room. And then the maid just randomly happens to knock on the door, and I just randomly happen to realize, oh my gosh, I should be editing in the lobby because maybe I could run into little Richard. I get down to the lobby. His car pulls up like 5 minutes later, so I'm hanging out there editing a video. I notice the two guys that are also waiting for him, and I film him being wheeled across the lobby, and the two guys just happen to be standing next to me after he's wheeled across the lobby, and I film it. I just happen to start talking to those guys, tell them I'm going to email them the footage, and then they hand me this. I mean, the chances of that happening are like so slim to none. I am so ridiculously lucky. Like, it's just been a crazy afternoon. This book is called Finding Peace Within, a book for people in need. And little Richard hands this book to everyone that he meets. On the back of the book, it says, stress can cripple you. Today's fast-paced lifestyles demand relief. Personal disappointments, broken family relationships, and job-related stresses are crippling thousands. Published in more than 100 languages, this easy-to-read, easy-to-follow guide offers lasting solutions to the challenges of everyday stress. Discover what millions of readers have discovered. Finding Peace Within is a book for people in need. This is what it looks like inside. It says Part 1, The Way to Christ by E.G. White, and Part 2, The Christian Way by L. Munilla and C.E. Wheeling. All rights reserved. Copyright 2005 by Inspiration Books East Incorporated.
that's really cool. Now, those of you who know of Little Richard may know of his history and how he quit showbiz for a while to study religion, and I believe he even became a minister or a preacher himself. And then he went back to music, and I believe right now he has gone back to his life of serving God. And yeah, so this is what he handed out. So yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy day. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.